Welcome to the Love and Victory Show with Val, where we will bring you candid conversation. In each conversation, we will talk about real life ups and downs while tackling unresolved matters. We will also unmask issues and truly speak straightforward and candid about our needs and brokenness, while allowing ourselves to exhale so that we can become victorious. This is a place where you can be open to the possibilities of living life in abundance while gaining tools to become bold and complete. So let's get to it. We have amazing guests each week, and today is no exception. Join us as we change lives one conversation at a time. You know what to do. Now let's get to it. All righty then. Okay, bring me on down.
Coming in Razzie.
Bring it
There we
down.
go.
There we go. Perfect. We came in hot. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the music. I hate to step away from you guys, but that conversation was so deep that God took us in another direction behind the scenes. And so I'm just really enjoying the guests that we have on the show today. They are so open. They are so ready for this conversation. We're super excited. To Dario.
And Aliyah on the show today.
Yes. And you know what? You got it right now. To Dario. Thank you. I'm gonna still say Mr. Woods.
Yeah.
I got that. I got that, Brother Woods. Okay. To Dario.
Cool brother there.
I like that name.
Dario.
Mama did well with that.
She did.
She was on a purpose. She had a mission for you.
It was God's calling.
You already know it, huh? And of course,
she knew you was gonna be something special. She said, "That boy, I'm gonna give him a special name.
That is gonna stand out.
He's gonna stand out.
Do some stuff out here." And then, of course, my friend Coco.
Aliyah.
You confusing the people.
Coco.
Okay.
You like Coco or you like Aliyah, your name?
Both of them is her name.
You like all of them?
But for me.
For me in your house, we're going to call her Coco.
That's my Coco.
All
right, then. That's my Coco. Coco, I'm going to ask you, after I tell them how special you are to me, for you to introduce yourself a little bit.
Okay.
Coco came to me by way of some other friends. I met her for the first time. We were in Baltimore. Where were we at? Yeah.
No. Our meeting was here for a pop-up shop.
Yeah, that's right. For a pop-up shop that we did a book signing. But that wasn't really the meeting for me. The meeting was in Baltimore for a wedding. And it was just
when you beat her face up.
They beat me for the gods. But it wasn't just that. It was just you just had such a simple, quiet joy about you. And she just had a way of speaking to you without speaking to. And I'm like, there's something different about her. Because you didn't know it, but I'm in a new surrounding, we're going around a lot of new people we don't know. But there were some people we knew. But I thank you for making me feel welcome in your city. And then in the event. And that's how you were the whole night. So we became friends. And we stayed in touch. I think I stay more in touch with you now than ever before. And then also I go and get my monthly facial. She had me all. That's why that skin be glowing like this. But anyway, so again, welcome back. Can you tell the people about you?
Yes. So hello, everyone. Good morning. My name's Aliyah, and this is now my 5th time on 11 Victories.
I think 6.
6?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're like family to me now at this point. So I love being here. The show's amazing. I am a serial entrepreneur. I basically stepped out at the age of 15 doing makeup. Realized that I wanted to get into skincare. Started my own skincare business. As you guys know, Coco Beauty LLC. During COVID, we had no room for services. So I started selling the product. And now I am a licensed esthetician offering services here in Houston. So, yes, I just wanted to introduce myself, guys. And
she's not only just a serial entrepreneur, she is an excellent speaker. She just had a phenomenal,
thank you.
She spoke on a panel this past, yesterday. Was it yesterday? Thursday. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to give it all to you. And of course, last but not least is Mr. Woods.
Yeah.
Mr. Woods came to us by way of a dear friend to us, Miss Stephanie. And Stephanie only sends people to the Love and Victory show. That's good money. And we quickly found out he's good money. Thank you, Darius, for what?
I hear you say good money, so I'm trying to figure out what this good money thing is.
Well,
I ain't seen a quarter.
I appreciate you asking me that.
Mhm.
When I speak of that, I'm talking about good quality of good character. And it has nothing to do with dollars and cents. It has everything to do with the person and who you are.
Okay.
And so the fact that
So it got something to do with sense. It's called making sense.
Brother Carter, are you gonna let me do my part over here?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. But
I'm trying to tap into my comedian thing.
Yeah.
But it's not working. So
it's still there. It's all right. And so she loves us so much, and we love her back. So I knew when she said your name that we were in good company. So tell the people a little bit about you. You've already shown them a little bit about you, and we like what we see. Tell them a little bit about you.
Well, yeah. Definitely. So, I'm a licensed professional counselor, a licensed chemical dependency counselor, and a national certified counselor as well. Pretty much, I have a private practice called Woods Wellness and Counseling, where it further specializes or target the foster care and adoption population here in Houston. So, with that practice, I manage 2 residential treatment centers, all boys, where I further implement my treatment and just try to ensure their overall progression and well-being in hopes to reuniting them back to their loved ones or even adoption. So
Wonderful.
When you say treat them, is that through medication or just by words?
So with me being the treatment director, I'm overseeing all their overall treatment. So making sure that they're taking their psychotropic medications, making sure that they're going to therapy, skills training, and that their well-being is prosperous, pretty much.
You're advocating for their needs, whether it be medication, whether it be just a whole person.
Yes.
Okay, 100%.
And how long have you been doing this, sir? It's a noble thing that you're doing that, first and foremost.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in
mental health? It's probably about eight years.
About 8 years now.
Yes. I honestly did not have the will, the thought to even get into this field. You know, I wanted to be an environmental scientist.
Oh wow.
Really?
You know, yeah. And I just feel like that God put this in place for me to help people in the future. You know,
Yes.
I feel like because a while back I didn't know my purpose, like my gift. You know, I grew up as a middle child of
16,
five kids.
Okay.
The middle child of about 5 kids, and so you know it was always like, well, okay, you have your oldest sister, she's great at this, your oldest brother, he's great at this, and it's like, well, what can you do? You know? And I never really understood that, but as time went on, I realized that I'm good at helping people. I'm good at being there to support them. I'm good at listening to them and giving them that sense of encouragement and that empowerment and that overall hope, you know.
That's real good.
And so by learning that and realizing that, I have further practices into everyday routine. And so that's my God's gift for giving back to each and every person that I encounter on a daily basis.
So it doesn't feel like a job.
It doesn't.
It's your purpose. You know, that's the thing. When people find their true purpose and what they're supposed to be doing in life, it's not a job. It is you're doing it because it's something you enjoy doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So you're a coach.
It is, if you simplify that down, Brother Carter,
He's a good coach.
a good coach.
Thank you.
A good coach. All righty then.
So welcome to the show, to
Thank you.
Daria.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful to hear. A young black man out here doing something very good and a lot of life. So
Yes.
congratulations.
And welcome
Brother
to the
doing some good
yes,
things.
he
Thank
is.
you.
Welcome to the Love and Victory Show. All righty, now it's time for the
Before you go,
Okay.
I wanted you gave a shout out to Stephanie.
Yes.
For bringing
yes
Dario Wood to the show.
Yes.
I also want to give a shout out to my good friend Thomas and Nicole Hadnot.
Yes. Hadnot.
Not
Hardnet.
Oh, yeah.
Hardnets. The Hardnets.
Yeah.
For bringing Coco into our lives.
Yes.
She's just been a part of our life. So shout out to Nicole and Thomas out there.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm actually going to.
There you go, Coco. Squeeze in.
Y'all
you're trying to get over here with Van Bell over here.
All right, y'all just say you'll be good if you go. All right, we're gonna go ahead. It's time for the acronym, and we're gonna get this conversation going. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So this week our acronym is PEACE.
Well, let's go back before we go with the acronym. Let's talk to the title of the show. The title of the we got to go back. You don't own my peace. That is the title of this show, and now we're ready for the acronym.
And I was just so excited for today's conversation. I am jumping the gun. So this week's acronym is PEACE. P is for patience, the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. E is for exchange, an act of giving one thing and receiving another in return, especially if it's of the same type or value.
All right.
A is for awareness, knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. C is for compromise, an agreement or a settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side making concessions. And E is for endure, to suffer something painful or difficult patiently.
All righty then. And of course, the acronym is PEACE. Hey guys, when you guys heard the title, and I'm just throwing it out.
Wouldn't it be nice to have more peace in your life?
Yes, I know, right? Right.
Instead of all the chaos that we have.
But I think we're in control of that.
I was about to say.
I think we're in control. You own your own peace. I think that.
Well, most of us own our own peace, but there are a vast majority of people don't know that they have control of their own peace.
I know. We own our own peace, and we are in control of that, whether we know it or not. You know, we have to find that way, or maybe we need to get with someone to help us to understand that that peace belongs to us, the word of God. But I want to ask this question. When you guys heard the title, of course, you're coming on the show. That's all you get is a title. What time you need to be here, how you need to look, and basically just come ready to have a conversation. So when you heard the title, what did you think first, Aliyah? And then I'm going to ask the same question to you, Mr. Woods.
The first thing that came to mind is you don't give someone the power over you to affect like your daily mood, your mental
space.
Your space. Like you own it. You don't give someone else the power or control over it.
Okay.
That's what.
So what did you think? Were you excited about the conversation?
Yeah.
You were ready to have this.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay. Same thing to you, Mr. Woods. When you heard that title, what did you think?
I immediately thought of freedom. Freedom, there's a lot that goes on in the world that affects you spiritually, mentally, physically. And having that sense of peace or freedom enables you to live,
Wow.
So that's
well, all I can say is put your seatbelt on and get ready for this ride. I got a deep brother on the show today over here.
I think both of them should take this here for another way. So, okay.
Come on now.
And again, one of the things that we do is I'll throw a question out there. If anyone can grab it, but it's just to start the conversation. I don't want to do a question and answer.
Before you go to a question, Ms. Val, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When you came up with the topic, you don't own your peace.
What was going on with
you? What was going on inside your head when you came up with this particular topic?
Well, somebody had pissed me off.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just give it to you real. And I was actually getting ready to let them take me out of character. And so
and you had to say to yourself, y'all don't own my peace.
I had to settle myself because I was giving over to something, a force that shouldn't even mattered because they had no say so over who I was and the end result of what was going on. I was going to allow them to change the outcome that was already written. So that's how that came about?
I think back to this, and I'm not going to take over your show, but I'm just going to say I'm just going to say this, that we've been together 40,
almost 50 years, 47 years. Don't act like you don't know. You know it better than me.
47 years. I've been acquainted with you.
Yes.
And so therefore I should know something about you. So having said that, I've been seeing you throughout life, and seeing you allow people to infiltrate your being. And your being means enter into your head, your head space, your heart space, and all this stuff. And I'll always talk to you about that belong to you. This belong to you. It don't belong to nobody outside of yourself, not even me. And always being in control of your piece of your heart, your mind at all times. And so having you have this show today helps me to understand that God, through me, been speaking some words, and then you are grabbing hold of those.
Well, I appreciate
truths.
You don't put yourself out there. God will use, and He did use. I was.
Because there was a time that
I put myself out there. I was a person that I was easily triggered. And you want to fight, I'm gonna give you a fight. But what I was doing in being that way is I was giving up all of my power. And I was allowing the very person or persons to get what they wanted out of it. Even though Lawrence would tell me about how I was reacting, I didn't understand it. I actually had the opposite effect initially on me. I felt like he was leaving me out there to fight by myself. He didn't have my back, but what he was doing, God was using him to pour into me so that I can hear God's voice, not his voice, but God's voice and his intention for me. And so I tell you, thank you. A lot of times now, I don't necessarily, I don't react like I used to, but God has made it so clear that I can see it when the enemy is coming for me. Where before I didn't see it. I was just like, you want to fight? Let's go. So this title, as I was sitting with Aaron, we had several, but this one here manifested so much because I had just been dealing with something.
All right. You don't own my piece. Now let's go and do the show here.
Then. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to, what's the difference between having peace and just balancing everything? If I can ask you guys that, and I'm going to start with you. Because let me tell you about me. I look, since you're not going to jump out there, I'm going to throw you out there first. I'm looking at you because I saw your eyes kind of light up. Yeah. So,
it may have been accidental.
Nah, you got this. So I'm going to ask a question.
He might have just seen your beautiful face and just said, man, she sure is so pretty. She is so pretty. I just can't help but sit up here.
No, thank you. Well, y'all know my birthday coming up here. Y'all
Lord, here we go.
Bring up August 4th. Y'all get ready, y'all. August 4th, I'll turn 61 years young. Can y'all believe it? Yes, okay, I can. 61. Okay. All righty. What's the difference? I'm gonna ask the question again. What's the difference between having peace and just balancing everything? That is a big difference. So if you need to think on it a little bit, I'm gonna take it to Coco. You got it.
I'm gonna just
say it.
Yeah,
from the heart.
Yeah.
Peace pretty much is, again, like having that sense of freedom, that sense of owning it and feeling comfortable and confident in that on a day-to-day stride, right? Not allowing someone to have dominion or control over you, but you control that space and that environment through every shape, form, or fashion, right? But then when you're trying to balance it out, it's like you're going through the motions. And
that's why you're easily triggered, and you allow them to, that is good. You allow them to take up. So that's what was happening to me, because I was just going through the motion. I was balancing.
Going through the motions. And when you go through the motions and you just, float on through, you don't have control. You don't have that control, But if you have that peace, it's like you're the captain of the ship, and you can navigate and turn and twist wherever you want to go.
Oh, wow.
And see, the key word he used was confidence,
Mm-hmm.
and in that peace. And so when you don't have the confidence in that peace, you can sometime when the winds of life come your way,
you just over there.
Yeah, you moving with the wind instead of
you over there treading water, trying to find the bottom to stand up on. Oh wow, that's good. Coco,
ask it one more time.
What's the difference between having peace and just having peace and just having balance with everything?
So
balancing everything.
Balance reminds me of order. Like I can have order and have structure in the schedule, but that doesn't mean that I'm at peace with it. It can just mean that I'm following something to stay structured as an individual.
Come on now, Coco.
I told y'all.
So the peaceful part comes with accepting, delegating, things of that nature. Like sometimes structure doesn't mean that you are in a peaceful position. It just means that you're used to something. I think that's the difference when I look at it.
Really
Comfortability.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, because you can do it with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
So
peaceful is it's a feeling. Like
it's just a calmness in there.
It's a calmness.
See, the peaceness, in my opinion, is it comes when things don't go right. You know, when you what's the other part of that?
It says the difference between having peace
and just balance. The difference between peace and balancing is when you're balancing things, it has to go all right. Everything has to run smooth. I'm balanced. Everything is running smoothly. The train is going straight. Yeah. So when the derail take place, or the train. That's the difference between having peace and balance. See, you okay when the train derail, you be like, okay,
freaking out.
You don't freak out, you don't panic, you know, and that's yes, you settled. You know, I always think of this. The movie Titanic, the Titanic movie. I'm always thinking about that when it come down to peace. And when the Titanic was going down, y'all seen the movie, right? And all the people were panicking. They were just panicking, jumping off the ship, busting their head up on steel and everything else. You're going to die. Whatever you do, you're going to die. Unalive yourself.
There you go.
Okay. Whatever you do. But there was a group of people on that ship decided we're going to keep playing our music. So we going down. But the guys with the violins and the clappings and the drums, you know, they got together, got in their group, and they said, "See, them people had some peace."
Yes,
them people they didn't panic. They knew this is what it is, and so that's what true peace is. Knowing you looking at the face of the most horrific thing in your life can happen. And you sit there and you do what you do to the best of your ability to the end.
That brings me to something.
It's called endurance.
And peace. But it brings me to something that happened in our life. You know, Brother Carter and I are very transparent people. And again, this faith walk for me has been a journey. And Brother Carter has always had a strong, quiet strength and faith with God. And I remember we were living in Austin. This was back in 95. And my husband had lost his job. He got laid off of his job and things was tight, and we're still trying to
terms ended.
You know, we're trying to press through. And so we made a decision at that point that we needed to sell our home. And so we had it up for sale. And because we needed to relocate because the job market, everything had changed. So we needed to make some changes. And we had a buyer, got through it. And the morning we were supposed to go close, we got a call from our realtor saying that we weren't going to be able to close because the lady didn't have the money that she needed. And so me, of little faith at that time, or young in my faith. I'm going to say I had faith, but I had young in my faith walk.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out. I was like, Lord, what are we going to do? Because at that point, our house was going to go into foreclosure. We had kids and with no job, what are we going to do? And I just thank God for Lawrence, for what God has put in his life and his steady hand. He didn't freak out. He didn't do anything. Oh God, thank you, Holy Spirit. He didn't freak out. He just remained calm, and he took his shower. And I'm still in the background freaking out, like, what are we going to do? And he remained calm, took a show.
Come on,
and he said, it's going to be it's going to be all right. And, God is good. And he came out and he said, we're just going to go down. It's going to be okay. So we got in the car. Now, mind you, our realtor had called us, and thank you, darling. Our realtor had called us and said we weren't going to be able to close. And he's saying, well, we're still going to go up there. And so we got in the car to drive to where we're going to close at. And just as we're pulling up, the realtor is like, she got the money. And make a long story short, doing that closing.
Not only did she have the money, we exceeded the expectations of
we're going to get.
What we're supposed to get.
And so not only that we were able to not have to have our house go in foreclosure, to have more than enough to relocate, and to be able to live on for 6 months until things changed over here when we relocated to Houston. So I just want to say that.
See, this is when Psalms 37 just jumped into my head. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be envious of the workers of iniquity, because they shall soon be cut down and blown away like the chaff, like dry leaves. So I'm gonna tell you, it's so important. It's so important. And I got to say this, and don't get. I'm not no kind of ordained. I'm no preacher.
No, that's okay.
I'm not no preacher, but I do believe in scriptures, and scriptures are in the tables, or written in the tables of my heart, because that's what I desired. And so, therefore, when trouble comes my way, I always lean and depend on scriptures that have been sown, that seeds are being sown upon my heart and my mind. And so I'm always thinking of those things. And if you don't trust in it and you don't believe in them, you can't have peace through.
And I brought
trouble situations.
I brought that up. Thank you, babe. But I brought that up to say that was probably one of, we've had many, but that was one that really shook me and really started to form this faith walk. For me to take a little serious look at what I was calling a faith walk. And so just to see his calmness, steadiness, and God a lot. And other things have happened, but just to see calm, that right there was just so.
And I'm not the ideal individual you're gonna look at and say, "Oh man, this man is a very spiritual. This is the most religious individual it is in life." No, you're not gonna see that in me.
No. So if anybody want to jump in on that, right?
No, that's a preacher's preacher. No. I'm just a nobody.
Yes.
Trying to tell somebody, you know what it says. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I think when you find yourself in certain stressful situations, topics or whatnot, you have to ground yourself into what you believe in, your morals, again, your values, and what you feel. And when you ground yourself or center yourself, you'll be able to take control back in that situation, right? It could be challenging or adding more stressors on, but you have to find something to remember that, like, hey, I got this. Hey, it's going to be okay. That sense of reassurance, helps you solidify and reinforce your peace, helps reinforce your grounding upon yourself to where you can navigate and rationally think about the situation and respond in the way to where it is calm and you're okay with it.
It don't mean you don't get rattled when circumstances and situations come up in life. But it's just how you react to, versus,
being reactive. I think for me, and you guys actually, you answered the question that I was getting ready to say. The statement I was going to say. I'm sure he had his own fear during that time. I'm sure he was like, Lord, I'm looking at my wife, I'm looking at my children, I'm looking at where are we going to be? What am I going to do? But in that situation, what God did, God allowed him to remain calm, which calmed the house. The kids running, they're doing everything. They don't even know what's going on. They don't even know. But his wife, who was sitting there like spiraling, but God did enough for me to shut my mouth. So he didn't even allow me to get into attack or get into what you're doing, what we're going to do.
Good job, Brother Carter.
Yeah. Good job.
I want to emphasize that, how you responded is okay too, because sometimes we have to let our emotions come out and we have to feel those emotions and feel that fear, that emotion, because it helps us become self-aware and reminds us that, like, hey, we go through these trials and tribulations, but it keeps us, in a sense, who we are and experiencing that.
I'm glad you said that. So what I'm hearing you say, which is so true, you still have to allow those emotions to come out, but I think over a time, as they come out, you end up controlling it a little bit, or recognizing when you're getting ready to go off the rails. So for me, I'm more self-aware of when I'm going to go off the rails, or when someone is triggering something, where before I would keep it suppressed inside.
And it's important, and Coco, you jump in anytime you want to. It's very important that you don't forget also, God has just brought you out of that situation, that other situation, that one over there. He done brought you out of a number of situations, and soon as we get into another situation,
we forget.
Instantaneously, we forget that God has I'm here because he just took care of all those situations already.
Well, I'm gonna ask this question: Why do we allow situations and people to steal our peace? If he just brought us out, then why is the first thing? And maybe this is a clinical thing that what's clinically happening with our brain at that moment. Why, if he just brought us through something, why are we so quick to forget and allow?
Because you are human.
I know.
You're naturally just going to going to go into that.
Just because you go through something don't mean that you have self-awareness of everything that you just went through. So you can be dragged through the storm and get out of it. God can help you out of it, but that does not mean that you are aware that you are aware of everything that you were going through. So you might have to keep going through it again and again. And then you get a little bit more wisdom. You actually learn from it, and then you're able to control more of those emotions the more you go through something. And it's unfortunate, but as humans,
takes you a little longer. Some people. Okay, I like that. Let's go to the licensed therapist to help us over here. I like the unlicensed. I really do like it. But let me see what he has to say to that. That was good, Coco.
I mean, it was good.
Let's see if he can come back. Okay.
It was good. I mean,
that was deep.
Yeah.
What was the question now?
Not sure. I forgot the question.
I can't believe y'all.
Because that was off the top of your head.
I got this. So if you have just went through something and God has shown you through it, and a miracle turned out of that.
Why we forget so easily.
So, or if you just had an interaction with this person,
right,
and you know what that person is going to trigger you, why do you so quickly forget?
Sometimes it's variable. Everyone in this room has different variations of themselves, coping skills, mechanisms, things of that nature that makes them different. And even though we may experience the same situation, we all can respond differently based upon how we're feeling. Like it's factorial. And so when you're going through the motions, or in a sense, that situation, even though you've learned this coping skill or know about this person and they're not good for you or X, Y, and Z, you still feel or just experience it like
different than the person next to you.
Yeah.
Because they have a different
coping skill. I like that.
They can have a different coping skill or they can have a different experience with that person.
Right. And then it's just,
how much of your upbringing play in that also?
Your upbringing, it plays a role. Your childhood definitely plays a role in that, and that goes with childhood trauma, experiences, and so forth like that, spirituality, cultural background, all that.
Well, I had a fighting family. I came from. Why are you laughing? I'm just, I'm honest. I had my father, and it wasn't all bad. What I mean by that, my dad taught us, fear no man, but respect them all. Because, of course, he came from a culture of, in a time where there was heavy racism. So what in his own way, of course, they didn't go through therapy or anything. He just never wanted us to walk around in this beat up, slumped over, fearful position. So just seeing him, how he operated and moved, even though I was the baby, I picked up a lot of that same mannerism and that fight. And so it does have a lot to do with your childhood, in the same sense that the good side of that was I did not fear. I felt like if there was a door I wanted to go through, I'm going through that door.
Yeah.
The flip side of that, when someone came for me, Lord Jesus, you get what I'm saying? That was that other thing that came out. So I do agree with you 100%. A lot of it has to do with your upbringing and your experiences. Okay. Well, I see there are some questions in here. And Aaron and Coco, Lord, Bella, y'all want to go ahead and bring
a lot of comments.
Let's bring the team in. Let's bring the listeners in on the conversation.
Yeah, definitely. So we have our first question from Terry Beck on YouTube. He said, "Did you guys ever feel that you were losing your peace in terms of keeping your partner's peace?"
Yes. Oh, that was good. Yes, 100%. Yes, and I'm sure he can say the same thing. Yes, and there were times when I felt like I was losing my peace so that he can remain calm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You want to answer, Brother Carter? We go. You want to jump in on that? Elaborate.
You gonna make me lose my mind up in here. That's what come to mind.
All righty, Coco, you want to jump in on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you guys ever feel like you were losing your peace in terms? Yeah, it's almost like holding back what you might be going through to make someone else feel more comfortable in a space. Or I've been through it.
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes you have to set a boundary so that you don't keep going through it.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, in other words, you put someone else's peace over your own peace.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
It's not healthy at all. That's not sustainable.
No.
Yeah, not sustainable.
They might keep expecting it.
But I think there's something as a husband we are called to do. I ain't gonna say. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say we are called to do. We are called to put our What was the question? Shit, I forgot what the question was.
Karen just asked you, did you guys ever feel that you were losing your peace in terms of keeping your partner?
Keeping your partner, not keeping your partner's peace.
No.
But just keeping your partner.
Yeah.
No, it says in terms of keeping your partner's peace. So, like, for example, like, let's say...
we just couldn't see it up there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. So, say, for example, there was a season where everything at work for you, Brother Carter, is just going absolutely crazy and, like, it's falling off. And then it's like you're losing your peace because you're trying to help Miss Carter keep her. So, like, what would that look like?
Yeah.
Or how did you navigate that?
That would navigate, like, what I said earlier today.
What?
About coming clean.
Oh, geez.
About being more attentive to listening to her versus trying to control my own peace and not hearing actually what she's saying.
Real good.
Through all the rough stuff that's coming out of her being at the time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes she can be very emotional about what's going on with her, instead of focusing on the emotions that's coming out. Letting go my own peace and just saying, you know what, let's settle. There's something else going on here.
Yeah,
that's real good.
I think for me, you know, I did lose my peace trying to keep my partner's peace, and because of that, I lost myself in that sense. You know, I wanted to maintain the relationship and make sure that it was healthy and do whatever I could. But in that time, I was losing myself gradually over time. And because I lacked the self-awareness, the emotional trauma or dealings that came along with trying to protect my partner's peace, it just destroyed me in the process.
Yeah.
So when you recognized that, how did you readjust? Did you leave? What did you do? What would you recommend someone doing in that situation?
Well, because I try to be transparent and truthful with myself, you know. So for me, I had to leave, you know, but it was very challenging because you pour so much into this person that you fear of what would life be like moving on and we're starting over. And so because of that fear, you want to keep or safeguard that little bit of peace or hope. But, you know, it came with a lot of challenges, but I had to move on. And I had to rebuild, and I'd figure out who was I as a person, you know, throughout that process. Wow. And with someone else, you know, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be the same because, again, everyone experiences challenges. Even their own strength is differential from someone else's. And then you got to think about the environment too, because domestic violence is real as also. So you have to be mindful and careful how you navigate that in the sense of protecting yourself, but then separating too. So
it's almost come down to, you know, I have to tell myself quite often that you are no Lord or no Savior.
That's right.
And so therefore realizing that I can't save anyone.
No one.
Anyone, not my children, not my wife, I can't save any of you.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you realize that, you know, you don't have to put so much pressure and take so much peace away from yourself, you know, trying to be both Lord and Savior and husband. I mean,
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not picking on me. That's good.
No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. I'm just speaking to.
That's real good.
Yeah, because that's where a lot of men we get in trouble at.
Yeah.
Trying to be all of those things.
Right.
That's real good.
To the family that we, you know, we call it provider and all of these other things, but we're trying to save.
We're trying to be.
You feel like it's like an attachment style, like when you feel like you can build a bear, fix someone. Like, is that an attachment style?
It is.
That's real good.
It could be, but on the other hand, you hate to see someone that you love hurt, and you want to protect them from that hurt at all times.
Right.
And so therefore, you sometimes you move yourself in the position of being Jesus.
Ooh. So you have to check.
And when you put yourself in the position to be Jesus, that's when you fall. That's when you fail, because you're not giving the situation to Jesus anymore. There you are trying to be him yourself.
Take all control.
All right, I see you over there. What you got to say? Did you come in here and get something this morning?
I mean, he's speaking to the choir, you know, and I think that's honestly what I struggle with, because, you know, growing up, I've tried to do my best to provide and support the family, and even now as an adult, you know, I feel like because I have that that sense of like, I need to provide. I need to ensure that they're going to be well and okay. But in hindsight, that is also my downfall. Because I am giving up my own peace, you know, my own freedom. And so I have to work with trying to figure out how to navigate that.
And that is a everyday for me, because that I have that makeup in me, or should I say that's part of my DNA of wanting. I think that goes back to my childhood of wanting to do right and wanting to make sure my parents were good and they were happy. And so I became this person of always wanting to fix a situation or take away, make sure that no one's hurting or meet a need of someone. And that's turning myself into a mini, I guess, a God, you know? And once I've gotten to a place now, I don't want that pressure. That was too much pressure. God never intended that for us, that makeup. It's too much. And so I truly can say I have released myself from that, because God never put that on me. I put it on myself.
This is an example of when we are taking the role of Lord and Savior. You didn't pray for him.
Well, I did do that. And
I'm going to say it again.
Okay, come on, brother.
This is an example of when we putting ourselves in position to be Lord and Savior. We didn't pray for him. We try to fix it. We try to mend it. We did everything in our humanly possible to do. But one thing, we didn't pray.
And let it go.
We didn't pray and ask God to fix it.
All right. Ouch.
And so that's a prime example right there of when you declare yourself as Lord and Savior, you did not pray.
Ouch.
That reminds me of the let them theory. Have you guys read that?
Tell me about it.
So it's a book, and it's the let you and let them. So you control you, and you let them do what they please, what they want, and you give the control over yourself, and you let people do as they please.
Oh, let them.
It's the let them theory. It's a great book.
Okay, all right.
Let them. But anyway, pray for them too. You know, I've had people that have been on drugs, and I've been there myself. You know, drugs, alcohol abuse, substance abuse, should I say, child abuse individuals, and you're a psychiatrist, you're a therapist person.
Child abuser.
No, I'm not me.
Oh, okay.
I've been around people.
Oh, okay.
And so you find yourself trying to help people all the time. And so that's what I'm trying to say, that we need to spend more time. Do everything you can humanly possible to help people. But if we're doing it without prayer, it's all for naught.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. It's all for naught.
That's real good. Okay. Our next question.
Before Aaron, also want you to do me a favor. Before the show ends, I need to tell you this earlier, but anyway, scripture reading came from Colossians, chapter 3, verse 12 through 15. If you would just put that in the caption right there, if you will.
Okay, we'll do that later. Oh, okay. That's real good. If we can, go ahead and let's get a few more of them. Let's bring them in here, because we're getting close to the. Come on, guys. Y'all ready? Okay.
Yes. Let's see.
Come on.
That's a good question.
That was a really good question. That was real good.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks, Terry.
All right. We have Darnell Harper. I have a question for Dario. Did you ever sacrifice your happiness for others, and how much it affected you?
Oh, wow, they came for you. They don't play.
What did it cost you?
Oh, Daryl, you came right for it. You ain't gonna even let him be a first time on here. He called your name out. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
You ever sacrifice your happiness for others? And what did it cost you?
Oh, you got to look in that camera. That's your camera right there. Yeah. No, that's good. That's a good one there.
Yeah, that is it hits home, because I have sacrificed my happiness, you know, And sometimes I, wake up and I'm like, man, like, am I, living or am I existing? And it's like, what brings me happiness right now? Because I think that so much of my life that's going on is so strenuous and stressful that the irritation, it brings dominion right now. And so trying to find that sense of happiness is what I'm on the journey with. And how has it affected me? I think it rolls over into my work environments, my family relationships, my partner relationships, and then my overall mental, physical, and spiritual stability. And I think
you're saying it affects all of that.
It does.
Yes.
It does. All those components. And just trying to find ways to centralize myself, because what people don't realize is that even though I'm a therapist, I still go through.
You need therapy too.
Day to day.
Yeah.
Yes. When you're taking all of that in and the heaviness of everybody, well, just us in general, just imagine, even, and I don't want to cut you off, but just imagine we're not being therapists, but we also are caring about people.
Right.
And so you're taking all of those things in, and it's still coming into you. You care. So obviously it's going to affect you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And in our practice and ethical, guidelines, we have to make sure that we set apart those boundaries so we don't allow it to overcome us, But again, we're still human. We still feel, and we still go through day-to-day stressors too, the same way someone has to figure out how to get through stress, we do too as well. So it's a journey for us, and definitely for me.
Great question, Daryl. Thank you for coming straight to Daryl and welcoming him to the Love and Victory Show with Val.
Oh man.
All righty then. Next question. Come on, guys.
Yes. So our next question is from Donald James. He said, "What's your way to find peace without anyone's support?"
Oh, I'm gonna take that again to the licensed person over there. They keeping you in the hot seat because
I'm shifting over Coco.
I know that's
all right. Come on, Coco.
Again, I think peace is internal. So you might not always have another person's support there to walk you through or talk you through. Prayer, like what Brother Carlos said, if you have God, then you have everything. And sometimes you have to navigate by yourself. You won't always have people around to help.
Yes.
Yep.
In a lot of situations, you might be in a super dark place and there's no other way out but prayer and your own thoughts. So it's inner.
It's inner.
Yeah, it's inner.
Great answer. Great question. Brother Carter, you want to add anything to that?
Just add on to what Coco was just saying. True peace actually don't come from yourself. True peace actually comes from having confidence in someone greater than yourself. And so that someone, something greater than myself, happened to be God. And so without him providing that, without me having confidence in the Lord, I don't think I can have true peace. So I think true peace comes from having confidence and believing that what the scripture says are true.
Yeah.
And that this is not just a book that we read. This is just something that's real. And so when you have the confidence in that, I think therefore you can gain that peace that you need throughout this thing we call life.
Oh, I tell you, this is deep. Come on, Aaron, jump in.
There was a reel that I came across that it talked about, it's like there's usually like 1 of 4 ways a person changes. Because it's like if you're needing peace, it's like something's got to change, right? Yeah. One was you see something, you're so inspired to change. Another was, I had them all just a second ago. I was literally just about to repeat them. But the last one that I remember that I think might apply is like when you get sick and tired, being sick and tired, that you have to change, right? I don't know about y'all, but like that's been one of the more the ones in the season of my life. But like
That's good.
What about y'all? Like, what is that point for y'all? Like when y'all know y'all have to have peace? Like what's the thing that drives you to make change?
The last straw.
I think that is last. I think for me, my sick and tired is what it was doing to me personally. You know, when I was getting to a place that I was always ready, set, go. When I was always angry and I was always triggered by what someone was saying to me. Why am I giving that someone that doesn't even know what's inside of me? Why am I reacting to what they say about me, you know, or what they think is going on for me? When I got to the place that I was sick and tired of being everybody's puppet, that was my break, you know, and I can honestly say I'm not where most people would want me at, but golly, I am so on my journey. And I know that I'm so much further than where I was. So for me, I think it's different for everybody. But for me, that was my sick and tired.
Wait, what do you mean by that? You're not where most people will want you at.
Well, what I mean by that is I'm sure that there are people that would probably still think, oh, you still let them react. Or I go, because I can go into this. I'm not going to have a conversation. I'm not going to talk. And I've learned, and I believe God has helped me with, instead of just reacting in the moment, I go into this place. Let me just settle myself, not talk about it, and then get to a place that I am in a more calm state to be able to respond to it, where I'm sure that other people would want me. Let's finish. Let's talk. It's no good outcome is going to come to them or to the situation.
No good deed comes from that.
No, let me just kind of step back. And I had to learn this. And it sounds like it could be, so say you and I got into a disagreement, or we may not be on the same page, and we're on the phone. I'll say to you, I'm so sorry, Coco, but I'm going to have to call you back.
Yes, second.
I'm going to say I have to call you back. You're going to be like, oh, we're talking. I'll have to call you back. And you're going to still be trying to talk, and I'm going to go click. And because I've given you the nice warnings. And because I think if I stay on that moment, when you're angry, you're going to say things you can't take back. You're going to do things that you can't change. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I had to learn.
So you recognize when you are triggered.
I really do.
And that's good.
And I really, really do. And so when I say to a person, I'm not talking, or I go on mute, I know I have to for the good of what I'm trying to accomplish. So
That's good.
That's good. That's good. Next
question.
Definitely. So we have Griff Jawad on YouTube. He asked, did you ever find peace in someone else's happiness? Well, I absolutely did.
Okay. Ooh. I can say yes. I find peace in other people's happiness a lot. When I see someone flourishing, someone happy, they're in a good place, oh my God, it just makes me feel good. You would agree?
No, I mean, with my partner, like it's just seeing the glow, the smiles, just the aura, the happiness. I think that brings me joy, brings me peace and sense of comfort. And knowing that, like, okay, their well-being is like so great and good that it's coming to me. And I'm loving it. So I want to pour. You
want to pour more of that back into them. Yes,
so,
real good. Well, I want to give a
it's kind of like being around Stephanie or what's her name?
Christine?
Come on the show. Molly,
yes.
It's like being around Stephanie or Molly or somebody. They come in, they so joyful all the time. You just can't just come in their presence and not just say, I don't feel like smiling, but now I'm smiling.
You just yes, literally. I want to give a special shout out to my friend in New York. She's in the hair salon, and her and that crew is locked in. Karen, thank you. She's so excited, and they support us so much. She sent a picture of them. They got us up on the screen over there. So Karen, thank you to the crew. We love you. It means everything, and I'm not discounting the 3,000 that's still in here on YouTube right now.
And they talking too.
And y'all talking, and I love it. But I just needed to really, really. Karen is also someone very special that I met at a conference when I was back in my back in the Kelsey Sibo days, and we just became instantaneous friends, and that's been many, many moons ago. And still to this day, she walks with me. She's my friend. She is my supporter, a huge supporter. And so again, thank you, Karen, for shouting us out. We got any more up there before we wrap this
shout
show?
my daughters out, Monique and Lanita there. Shout them out right quick.
I see my children. Come on, what is Nita saying out there?
Monique got a question, and
we're going to jump out. Yeah, let's go ahead and read theirs.
Yeah, so we do have some other comments just kind of throughout the show as well. We had Monique Whetstone at the top of the hour. She said, some folks love chaos, so they invite those spirits in willingly, then cry about peace. Close that door.
Very good. From around them.
Statement.
Yes.
Abraham James, he said, my peace is dependent on my children's.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Herman Lane, he had a question as well, but I feel like y'all kind of addressed it. He said, who's your peace person?
Oh, peace person? Okay. Well, that's been answered, but it kind of moves around, but we know who that is. Okay, keep going.
Depends on the moment.
Yes, okay.
We have Monique Whetstone again. She said, honestly, the stronger your faith is, the more peace you'll find. We had Lenita Bennett. She said, sometimes your calmness will calm everyone else. You remember how God brought you out of a traumatic situation. Other stuff is just water under the bridge for me.
That's good. I like that a lot. Statement. All right, that's the oldest. That's our oldest of 5.
We have Laura on YouTube. She said, I think Jesus said it best when he said to turn the other cheek.
Ooh. Sometimes that's hard, Laura. You have to learn that talent. That's not something that's going. That's a skill. That'll just come.
You got to be Jesus for that one.
But you know what? We are all working toward it. Okay. I want to give a special.
Terry Beck.
I want to give a special shout out to Patricia. Again, Patricia, thank you so much for the way that you're always engaged from beginning to end, along with just everybody. Everybody just really supports us. Even Coco's mom getting up here.
I was just about to say, I want to shout out my mom.
She
gives me peace.
She gives you peace.
All right, that's your peace person then.
Yeah, she is. Listen, you need a good support system, and a mom is strong.
You know, and I think it's so important that you recognize who your peace person is, or persons, because, and I'm glad you circled it back there, because it can change. You know, in the moment, because sometimes I may be your peace person today, but if I'm heavy, I can't help you.
Can't pour from an empty cup.
You can't pour from an empty cup, but you still need to recognize who your peace person. I thank you guys so much. Coco, Mr. Woods, thank you so much for just gracing your presence on the Love and Victory Show and pouring into the hundreds and billions and trillions of people, as Brother Carter say, that are tuning in. We're just going to keep speaking this thing into existence. And to all of our faithful Carter crew out there that get up every Saturday morning and pour back into us and support us, we're so grateful for you. God, thank you. Continue to rain down on the Love and Victory Show with Val. Give us the strength, the peace to do what you have called us to do. All righty, guys, let's look into these cameras and tell the people until next Saturday. Bye-bye.